Good morning, dear viewers. I am Sashmita Stalatskakana, an LRC of Maintenance 2023 at Keetmanshoop Secondary School. Welcome to Generation C, that stands for Culture, Creation, and Connection with the Schools. Today we are here at Keetmanshoop Secondary School in Keetmanshoop. Today we're going to talk to our headmaster, have a little fun conversation with him, meet the LRCs for 2023, and give you a little backdrop on the cultural activities at our school. So let me not hold you guys any longer. Guys, take it away.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Welcome back, dear viewers. I am Sashmita Stalatskakana, your LRC from earlier. I am here with our lovely headmaster. Sir, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Mr. Stanley Barning. Like you said, the headmaster of Keetmanshoop Secondary School.
All right, thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be sitting here with you, sir. So could you just give us a backdrop on our school?
Yes. With the influx of people here in Keetmanshoop, and because of urbanization, many people have flocked to Keetmanshoop, obviously putting burden on the capacities of the school that could cater for secondary education here in Keetmanshoop. This was a former pre-primary school, but was not functional for quite some time. Now, because of the limited spaces for learners to cater for those in grade 8, this school was started as a grade 8 school in 2010. And from there onwards, it had gone through two principals, of which I'm now the third one. It started with grade 8, and then the following year to grade 9, and so subsequently it was now going from one grade to another. With the grades also being added to the school, obviously the number of learners also shot up. It started with 300, and I can't say exactly, but just a little bit more than 300 learners. Right now we are hosting 582 learners in the school. So it has grown tremendously since 2010. Like I said, it only started with grade 8, but now it's a fully fledged secondary school up until grade 11. We are obviously hoping that soon we shall also be providing AS.
Okay, thank you, sir. Could you tell us what inspired you to become a teacher, sir?
What inspired me perhaps is that it's probably by default that I'm sitting here being a principal or being a teacher. In fact, initially when I was in school, I did not aspire to become a teacher. But as a reason why I said by default, you'll get it clear later on. I wanted to become a lawyer, generally. But I was a very naughty boy. So I wasted a lot of years being expelled from school and so on. And I went to school for 16 years without failing any grade. That means 4 years messed up, being expelled and all these kind of things. But now, imagine 16 years already at school, and I finally finished, completed grade 12. To study further on for another 6 years, because by that time you would be, if you want to become a lawyer, you would still be going for 6 years. I did not see, I could still be 6 years in a school. But in any case, I also loved economics, and I wanted to study economics. But then I had a friend who unfortunately passed on, whose body is not even found up till today. Now this friend of mine, who happened to be my grade 12 classmate, I used to help him with accounting. He did science, but I was a little bit more gifted than he was in accounting. So I was personally helping him. And then my first job, I took it up with Standard Bank, main branch, Windhoek. While standing there one morning, my friend just popped into the bank, called me to one of the cubicles, and took out 2 forms that I had to sign. I did not know what these were all about. So one was, in the end, as I found out, an application form for UNAM, admission, and the other one was for bursary application. Imagine I was working. He was already now the first year student by that time. And by the end of the year, I just got 2 mails coming to me, and one was, you are admitted at university, provisional admission that I got, to study Bachelor of Education. And then the other one was from the Ministry of Education, where I got, you got a bursary to study education. Now, I should say that it probably is, that's why I said it's by default, because probably my friend knew what I should become. And then it's because of him that I went to study education. Now, like I said, this guy passed on. He apparently was swept away by a river, and up to today, his body has not been found. So I thought I got something from him, and he got me into education. So I should now give back on his behalf to those he made me to give what I should. So I took it upon myself as, now I'm a teacher. He made me become a teacher for a reason, and this must have been God's plan. And ever since I started teaching, I've been enjoying it. I love it. I've been loving it. And I don't regret having had a friend such as his. And that's how I became a teacher.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraika. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
So what a lovely sentiment, I will say. Now, sir, could you tell us what are some of the challenges you face as a headmaster of a high school?
Yeah, there is a lot. There's a lot from administrative duties to people that one should work with, different people, learners, different characters, teachers, different characters. Those who I'm supervising in terms of cleaners, I'm supervising. I myself should be teaching. Then the ministry with its bureaucracy and things are not delivered on time, and parents who are forever complaining, and you have to please everybody. And it's a very difficult task to do that. But I'm used to these things now. It no longer is, in fact, a challenge to me. These days I'm seeing them as an opportunity to me because I'm forever out to think on the feet how to overcome whatever is or that befalls me. And I definitely of the God's presence that I always feel in me overcome these things.
All right, so the last question, sir. Do you believe that the team you have, including yourself, is of the best quality to run a high school, still developing high school?
Yeah, you are putting me on the spot now, but it's quite a good question. Yes, I have the team. I should find myself, or I should see myself as one of the luckiest principals ever existed. Why am I saying that? I'm coming from different places where I have been teaching, and teaching under different leadership, and so I've been in Wangwena, I've been in Okanja, been in Windhoek, Mariental, Berseba, and I've seen things. And when I came at the school, in fact, the HODs then, who I met here, were complaining about certain things where I told them, you guys are living in a utopia and you are complaining because they have never seen what is going on in other areas, at other schools. But I have a team, a good team, obviously. I cannot say so they are weaker links, but we have areas of concern that obviously we need to deal with. In certain areas we have unqualified teachers because of the rarity of the subjects or the qualified teachers in those subjects, especially Afrikaans, which is a language, because people do not want to study in Afrikaans these days, and that's why there's a rarity in that. But the team spirit is high. Obviously, I will not be able to please everybody at all times. But sometimes you need to step on people's toes if that it takes to get what you want, especially quality performance by learners. If it takes, or if it is to step on somebody's toes, I'll do it if I know that I'm stepping on the toe of that person, because from that or out of that move, I'm going to get better results, then I'll be doing it.
All right, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing us to ask you a lot of questions. And I think we'd all agree that you make an extremely special headmaster. So thank you, sir, once more. Viewers, stay tuned for our next introductions, which will be the LRCs and our cultural activities of our school. Thank you.
Welcome to Active Kids, a daily TV show that sparks creativity, learning, and fun for young minds. With exciting activities and lessons, Active Kids inspires curiosity and a love for learning.
New face to the 15.
The perfect mix of play and education. Don't miss out on the fun. Tune into Active Kids on NTV every weekday at 10 o'clock and let the adventure begin.
Welcome back, you all. Right here behind me is our newly built classrooms as a result of the shortages we have at our school. Our principal, Mr. Stanley, for education to take place and for better learning environment for the school learners, came up with this idea by transforming open spaces into classrooms. Therefore, we, the KSS learners, would like to thank our principal for being kind-hearted and caring towards our school. I thank you.
My name is Jacqueline Kausep, an LRC for entertainment. You see to my right side, it's our netball court. It's not in a conclusive state, but this year's LRC's project is to renovate it. Now you see at my left, like we are currently inside, is the garden. It's been utilized by the agricultural learners, whom are taking great care of it. So thank you.
Alright, Zinedine Joseph, head boy of KSS, back here. In light of our recent event, Mr. and Miss KSS 2023, I am pleased to announce to you and present to you the Miss KSS of 2023, Jody Josephs.
Hello, hello.
Alright, thank you, Jody. In light of the event, do you think you deserve this title and why?
Being crowned Miss KSS was really unexpected. Hearing the crowd shout my name made me feel powerful and fearless, and it encourages me to inspire the younger girls in my community to do what they love.
Alright, thank you. Looking at the Miss T Namibia coming up for 2023, for girls that wish to partake in this event, what would you say to them and what would your message be to them?
Do not listen to the discouraging words. Be confident and believe in yourself.
Alright, from me and Miss KSS, tuning out.
Good evening and welcome to Sunset News.
Attachment stays in list A in incident speech, rate and taxes, and how much.
After the break, we take a look at the sports.
We bring you
economic indicators, tomorrow's weather, and sports. I am Aina Raiza Kweyong.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Welcome back, dear viewers. Here we have the LRC Corner. I have a few of my colleagues with me, so I'll just let them introduce themselves.
Good day, everyone. I'm Kayla Hummel, the head girl for Keetmanshoop Secondary School.
Good day, viewers. I am Zinedine Joseph, the head boy for Keetmanshoop Secondary School.
Good day, dear viewers. I'm Philip Lampert, the deputy head boy of Keetmanshoop Secondary School.
Good day, everyone. My name is Elastina Sal, and I'm responsible for finance.
Good day, viewers. My name is Cheklit Kalsip, a learner representative council at Keetmanshoop Secondary School. I'm responsible for entertainment. Thank you.
All right, guys, there you have it. Now I'm just going to ask them a few questions just to get some insight on how our lives are personally. Now, Gayla, our head girl, could you please tell me, being an LRC, being a head girl specifically, it has a lot of duties, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so can you tell me, does it clash with schoolwork, and how do you manage your schedule being LRC, a regular learner, and a head girl?
No, it does not clash with my schoolwork. To me, it's about finding the balance, prioritizing what needs to be prioritized, and knowing that I'm a learner before I'm a head girl.
Beautiful. No wonder she's our head girl. Now I'm going to move over to our head boy, Zinedine. Dearest Zinedine, please tell us, how does it feel to be basically running a school on the learners representative level?
Thank you. There's definitely not one word for it. So far, it's been an exhilarating experience. I'm opening up to so much more than I normally would. So the experience is definitely great exposure for what I'm preparing myself for, the future experiences, maybe being an SRC in the future. And I'm really loving how I'm enjoying the process, and I would wish it for someone else in the future.
All right, thank you, Zinedine. Philip, our deputy head boy. Do you think that being an LRC, you have to change your personality, change your image to fit into that of the stereotypical LRC?
To answer that question, I'm positive and I agree that we need to change our personality, because with having a negative personality, how to expect to be amongst other LRCs and working with them. So the aim is to be positive, work together, and have a great personality as an individual to fit in with the other LRCs and to make an example for other children at the school. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I definitely agree with that. Moving on to Elastinas, our finance, the money managers, guys. Elastinas, how much pressure do you have, not just being a regular LRC, but being that of finance? As I understand, finance LRCs need to handle everything to do with the LRC budget. So how does that feel?
Well, it's quite sometimes difficult, or we go through tough times, right? And by when there is money missing, you responsible for LRC finance should replace that money, and it's nice though, but difficult also. So for me, it's not difficult. It's how could I say? It's fun. Really, it's fun. There's no difficulties more than that. Yes.
All right, thank you. Jack Lee, LSE for entertainment, guys. I think you can already see on his smile how fun of a person he is. Now, Jack Lee, you are in charge of entertainment. You plan all the events that we hold at our school. Do you think for the most recent event, the Mr. and Miss KSS we had, how do you feel that event was? Was it a success? Was it a failure? And could you have done anything to improve the event?
Thank you. Usually it was a success because it was held nicely. The models came out like nicely, and I was responsible for them because I trained them. I trained them to dance. I trained them to model, and I also trained them to have confidence for themselves because that is boosting your confidence. And usually, the hall was also nice, renovated and everything, but it was the children, the learners. They, like, how must I say, the noise levels. Like, you couldn't hear what the models said. You couldn't hear what they were answering to those questions who were being asked. Like, but usually, yes, it was a success. And I hope better forward, like, the next event, it will also be a success. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us time to ask you guys. We'll leave things in your hands for now. So I think let's go to class, guys. I think our principal will be very unhappy if we stay for long. So thank you, guys. Thank you, viewers, once more for tuning in on this episode of Generation C. Don't forget to catch our one-pager in the newspapers The Sun, Republican, and AZ. Go check out our Instagram page of Keetmanshoop Secondary School, KSS Media page, and please give a shout-out to Maison because they did everything to be here, provided you with the program, and provided you with our school. So thank you guys once more. Sashmita Stalatskakana, tuning out.